Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Pro MMA fighter Corey Watson says he failed a drug test and was banned from the ring for a year because the defendant gave him a supplement containing steroids. Barry Flores says he's not responsible for the contaminated product.
Okay, Mr. Watson, you are suing Mr. Flores for $5,000 for breach of contract. Tell me why.
I'm a professional MMA fighter. I grew up in fighting all throughout high school, middle school, and then into my 20s, I got into amateur fighting. At that point, I went 10-0, and I got picked up by knockaround fights, moved up to pro leagues.
What's that?
It's professional fighting at a national level.
Okay.
After I got picked up by them, Mr. Flores reached out to me about sponsorship.
Okay. Now, you didn't know him before this?
No.
Is that how it works? Is that how tell me what sponsorship means?
We only make so much fights. A lot of ways fighters make money in general is through sponsorships.
Okay. And so what kind of business do you have?
Health and wellness supply stores, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So he reaches out, and what do you two agree?
We agree to $5,000 a year for 3 years.
Okay. What happens?
So I get to pro leagues, and my first fight, I lose by 1 point. We go 9 months later to my second fight, and I lose by decision. 6 months after that, I had my third fight, and I lost to a knockout, first round.
Okay, so things were not going all that well.
Correct.
Okay. Let me see the contract that you signed with him and what your obligations are under the contract. As a neutralized brand ambassador, the contractor agrees to boldly display the neutralized logo on their clothes during all fights. Additionally, the ambassador will be responsible for a sponsored social media post every 2 weeks. The ambassador also agrees to participate in branded interviews before and after each fight. So, what happens after your first 3 disappointments?
I stepped it up. I started a new diet, started working out a lot more. Mr. Flores suggested a pre-workout brand that I had never tried before. And right before the fight, I have to do a drug test, mandatory drug test before every fight.
What was the supplement?
It was a pre-workout brand.
So he suggests a supplement, and you take it. Do you ask him any questions about what's in it or anything else?
I should have. That sounded like the smart thing to do, but as my sponsor, I just took his word for it.
You assumed that it would be something that would help you out, and so you started taking it before the next fight.
Yes, I
How
started
long
taking it.
before?
I started taking it about daily, 5 days a week, every day before I trained.
And how long before the fight did you take it for? Because I don't know when you spoke to him.
About 3 months, Your Honor.
3 months you were
Yes.
taking it. All right. So did you see your performance get better? Did you
Yes.
feel like you were getting stronger? And
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you get to the fight, and what happens?
I go to take my drug test. And
That happens how long before the fight?
2 days before the fight.
2 days before?
Yes.
How's that going to stop you from taking drugs the next day? All right. Sounds kind of early to do it, but go ahead. So they test you 2 days before, and
Yeah. And I popped dirty for an illegal banned steroid.
were you taking an illegal banned steroid?
No, Your Honor.
How do I know you weren't taking an illegal banned steroid on the side?
You'd have to take my word for it.
Okay. So you get the results, and then, so you don't even attend the fight because they ban you?
Right.
Correct? Is that how it works?
No, they don't ban me. I got suspended for a year. I can't fight for another year.
Okay. So what'd you do?
I went and got drug tested, and I went and got the supplement tested.
Okay, and what'd you find?
I found that there was supplements in there that weren't legal for professional fighting.
All right, so then what'd you do?
Then I confronted Mr. Flores. I let him know. He jeopardized my career, Your Honor. I've been at this since I was a kid. This is my dream. I took my sponsor, who is a supplement sponsor, I took his advice on a supplement. Not only that, but another fighter was told by Mr. Flores to not take that supplement.
Really?
Yes.
Your testimony is that you spoke to another fighter?
Yes.
And that fighter told you that, all right, and it's someone who's sponsored by him as well?
Yes.
And he was told not to take it?
Correct.
All right, let me hear from you, sir. What is going on?
All right, Your Honor, let it be known that the plaintiff came to me with his concerns, with his allegations about the substance in the powder that I gave him for free.
Why was another fighter told not to take this?
I just recommended a different substance for that other fighter, Your Honor.
Did you know that this might have trace steroid?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Where do you get this supplement from?
I get it from a manufacturer. My shop is just a retail store.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
He said that he has half a mind to break both my legs and to go to social media about the products that I'm selling.
Nothing wrong with the second thing, but did you threaten to break his legs?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Corey Watson, who brought Barry Flores to court for breach of contract.
He comes in and he's very upset when the results come in. And what happens? He confronts you?
Yes, he does confront me, Your Honor.
Where were you when he confronted you?
I was actually checking in on one of my stores.
Okay, and what happens?
He came in and I went over the findings with him, and it turns out that there was a cross-contamination with that product, Your Honor.
Okay.
He did not take that news very well.
Well, no, because he's banned for a year now.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Right.
So he came up to me, grabbed me by my shoulders, brought me towards him, and he threatened me, Your Honor.
What did he say?
He said that he has half a mind to break both my legs and to go to social media about the products that I'm selling.
Nothing wrong with the second thing. Did you threaten to break his legs?
No, Your Honor.
What'd you do?
I got upset. I told him.
Did you grab him by the shoulders?
No, I did not grab him by the shoulders.
Did you touch him?
I did touch him.
How did you touch him?
I touched him on the shoulder.
What'd you do? Give him a sweet little love pat?
I just touched him softly on the shoulder, Your Honor.
And said what to him?
And said to him that he ruined my career. My life's ruined now.
Why is your life ruined, though? I mean, I know you're out for a year, and that's terrible, and it's a delay, right?
Right, but now I have the reputation of this.
All right, so you are suing for $5,000. How much have you been paid so far?
I've only been paid half the amount.
All right, so why are you suing for $5,000? What does that represent?
I just want him to finish out the contract.
At the time that this happens, you've been with him for 2 years.
Correct.
All right, and you've been paid for those 2 years.
Correct.
What you want is the year that you're sitting out that you're now not going to be able to do anything about because it's his fault. And he won't pay you for that because what did he do?
He dropped me from my contract.
And what reason did he give you?
He said he was scared, Your Honor, but I think that's just
He said he was scared what? Of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me hear from you you tell me he grabs you by the shoulders, he says, I ought to break both your legs, you ruined my life. And then what did you do?
I tried my best to talk him down, and he eventually started to calm down because I was also telling him about the rest of the contract that he wasn't meeting up to, Your Honor.
Wow, you picked that time to tell him that? What'd you tell him?
In the contract, he's required 3 things as an ambassador. Say it, wear it, and share it. He needs to be on social media to share it every 2 weeks with the brand.
Every 2 weeks for the whole year? What's he going to say on social media after, if there's 6 months between fights or 8 months between fights, what's he going to say?
Share the benefits of the products being sold.
Okay, but he didn't take any of your supplements until later, right?
He's been taking supplements.
Of yours?
Of mine, yes.
Okay. So you're firing him because what? Because he grabbed you by the shoulders? Because he threatened to break your legs? He denies all that. Or because he wasn't fighting all that well? Or because he wasn't on social media?
That was just the final straw, Your Honor. Basically, he wasn't reaching the social media demands in a timely manner.
Okay, and I see texts from him to you spanning from February to July saying, why aren't you posting? Did you post anything between February and July?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay. But I see him
Maybe a day or
repeatedly
two
saying...
late here and there. You know, my last fight, I got knocked out, was a little concussed, not in the right headspace, but I did my due diligence to do what he asked me to do.
Yeah. The first one is in February. Hey, Corey, just checking in with you on social media posts. I haven't seen any in the last 2 weeks or so. Sorry about that, Barry. I'm on it. Thanks. I'll look out for the posts. So I presume he did do the posts after you prodded him.
He did.
Okay. Then in May, the next time you tell him, hey, Corey, checking back again on those social media posts, I'm not seeing any. Checking back again, what does that refer to? Because are you saying he had no posts between February and May?
He has had a couple posts
All right.
in between.
Hey, Barry, I'm going through a lot right now. I just lost my last match. How long before May 9th had that happened? Do you know?
It was more than 2 weeks.
Okay, understood, but I still need to see the posts as per our contract. Okay, I'll get back on that. The next time you reach out to him isn't until July, so I take it that between May and July, he was posting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hey, Corey, I'm just reminding you about your obligation per the contract. Hey, Barry, I just got knocked out. Well, what does that mean? I mean, yeah, you still have an obligation under the contract if you want to make the money.
Yes, Your Honor, but
Corey, you signed a contract. We need to see those posts. Fine. All right, that was in July. When was this fight that you got banned from?
6 months ago, Your Honor.
You had your supplement tested that there was, in fact, cross-contamination that disqualifies him for a year.
Yes.
Did you expect him to be happy about that?
Not at all, Your Honor. I wouldn't be happy about that myself.
Right, because he blames you for that.
Right.
You don't think it's fair to blame you because you're just a retailer.
Right. He should be really suing the manufacturer because I don't make the products.
Oh, I assume they have like a waiver on the bottle. You don't happen to have the bottle of the supplement here, do you?
Not on me, Your Honor.
Okay. So why'd you fire him?
For a combination of things, Your Honor. Because he wasn't upkeeping his part of the bargain for being an ambassador and for the threats.
Coming up.
I can't imagine you put your hand lightly on him and said, you've ruined my life.
And why would he not call the authorities if I assaulted him?
That's a fair question. Did you call the
witnesses.
authorities at any point?
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Corey Watson, who brought Barry Flores to court for breach of contract.
I can't imagine you walked in there happy.
No, Your Honor.
I can't imagine you put your hand lightly on him and said, you've ruined my life. Because those two things don't match.
And why would he not call the authorities if I assaulted him in his store?
That's a fair question. Did you call the
witnesses.
authorities at any point?
I did not, Your Honor.
He threatened to break your legs, and you took him seriously enough to fire him over it. Why wouldn't you call the authorities?
I was frazzled in the moment, and that all I was thinking about was just cutting ties with him, Your Honor.
Right. And here's my problem. I have to worry that the reason you want to save your money is because he's just not doing so well. But the reason why the guy can't fight for a whole other year is because of a product that you had him take, and you're his sponsor. I hear what you're saying, that you don't manufacture them, but all of a sudden, you give him a supplement, it has a cross-contamination, because I don't think anybody's arguing that it didn't have a cross-contamination. And in other words, it's not like the thing itself was a load of drugs. You know he's going to get tested. How long after that was the fight that you were not allowed to perform in?
So after the failed drug test,
Well, you said that you were taking the supplement for 4 months. So was that for 3 months?
3 months.
3 months. So it was at least 3 months later.
Yeah.
Right. So when I see a text that says July, you didn't fire him for not posting.
Correct.
Right.
Coming up.
The only thing you can hang your hat on is he grabbed me aggressively and said, you ruined my life. And the question is, didn't you?
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Corey Watson, who brought Barry Flores to court for breach of contract.
So now we have the fight. We have you giving him the stuff. The stuff turns out to be the reason why he can't fight for a year, and you don't want him associated with your brand. So it's not because he wasn't posting. It can't be because he's not winning, because you're not allowed to do that. So the only thing you can hang your hat on is he grabbed me aggressively and said, you ruined my life. And the question is, didn't you? Kinda?
That was the final straw, Your Honor.
When you fired him, how did you fire him? Like, did you do it by, did you tell him right there, you're done, I'm not gonna, how did it happen?
I told him right there, Your Honor.
Told him right there? Wow, you're really a brave man. And how did you take that when he told you you're fired?
I'm not gonna lie, Your Honor, I was upset. The feelings got the best of me. I raised my voice, I yelled. I still have these drugs in my system. I don't even know how long it takes for them to get out of my system.
Well, it was a trace amount, you know.
Right.
Right. The rest of it was supplement.
Right.
It was a trace amount. It was unfortunate it got you, but you know he doesn't mix this stuff, right?
Right.
That it just comes from the manufacturer. Right.
Right, but this is also, I'm trusting his
So what'd you do
professional
when you got
opinion.
upset? What'd you do?
I got upset and I had a conversation with him.
No. What'd you do?
I told him that he ruined my career. I raised my voice. I did touch him on the shoulder, but not in any kind of aggressive way.
Did you threaten to break his legs?
No, I never did that.
Did he threaten to break your legs?
Yes, Your Honor.
I kind of think maybe you did. I do see that there were many instances where you weren't abiding by the contract. I think that maybe he really just wanted to dump you because you weren't performing the way he thought you'd perform, or not.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian.
There's two different things going on here. You got banned for a year because of a cross-contamination in a substance. He doesn't make the substance. The manufacturer makes the substance. You have a lawsuit against the manufacturer, perchance, if the bottle doesn't have a waiver on it. I'd look at the bottle first before you go nuts.
Understood.
All right? Two is, Barry Flores, you don't have a right to fire me because I didn't do anything that would cause you to fire me. But you did. By your own admission, you went into one of his stores and in public were raising your voice and getting angry, and that's not part of the deal. I'm not going to order him to pay you $5,000 for the remainder of the contract because he doesn't have to continue to employ someone he's afraid of. So it sounds to me like the real reason he fired you is because you were aggressive with him there, and he doesn't expect to be bandied about by his employee. And it sounds to me like the reason why you were aggressive is because you were so angry that someone had you banned for a year for something that you didn't know. And you're taking that part against the wrong person. So my verdict in this case is for the defendant. I think he had a right to no longer do business with you when you physically touch him without his consent and tell him he ruined your life. And that's my verdict.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Any last remarks for each other?
None.
Exit this way, please.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.